Welcome to Royal Family Brief. The content of the briefing includes: the King turns 75, with just one son by his side. William is the biggest cheerleader for the planet, Earthshot Prize finalist. Oxford Circus at standstill as hundreds of pro-Palestine protesters stage sit-in. Steve Irwin's son lavishes praise on Prince William for Earthshot Prize. Sala Braverman could ban rough sleepers from using nuisance tents. The King turns 75, with just one son by his side. Telegraph. King Charles III of Britain will celebrate his 75th birthday on November 14, but the occasion is not expected to be marked with any elaborate royal events. Sources close to the King have stated that he prefers minimal celebrations and that any festivities will be family-oriented. Relations between the King and his estranged son Prince Harry remain strained, and the King has reportedly been disappointed by Harry's treatment of his stepmother, Camilla. The King is also said to be frustrated by Harry's ongoing legal battles with the British media and his refusal to move on from the past. The King's birthday celebrations are expected to be low-key, with a focus on the launch of a new initiative to tackle food waste. It is unlikely that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who are still estranged from the royal family, will be in attendance. The King has not seen his son, daughter-in-law, or grandchildren since last year's Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and tensions between the two parties have been exacerbated by public feuds and legal battles. The King's disappointment with Harry's behavior is said to stem from his treatment of Camilla, whom Harry accused of leaking information about him and his wife to the press. The King is reportedly defensive of Camilla and has taken Harry's accusations to heart. Furthermore, Harry's ongoing legal battles with the media and his refusal to move on from the past have strained relations between the two. The King's birthday wish is likely to be for a period of silence from the Sussexes and their supporters. William is the biggest cheerleader for the planet, Earthshot Prize finalist. The Independent. Prince William has been described as probably the biggest cheerleader for the planet by Gunlager Erlandson, founder and CEO of Earthshot Prize finalist ENSO. The Prince has been in Singapore for the Earthshot Prize ceremony, where 5 category winners will be presented with £1 million each to scale up their environmental ideas. Speaking of William, Erlandson said, having him supporting not only by raising awareness of tire pollution for ENSO, but also supporting our solution to tackle it has been phenomenal. Oxford Circus at standstill as hundreds of pro-Palestine protesters stage sit-in. The Independent. Pro-Palestine protesters have disrupted traffic and staged sit-ins at Oxford Circus and Regent Street, as well as Trafalgar Square, in central London. Around 30,000 people are estimated to have attended the demonstration in London, with similar protests taking place across the UK, including in Sheffield, Manchester, and Glasgow. The protests were organised by the Free Palestine Coalition, which includes Black Lives Matter UK, Sisters Uncut, and the Black Jewish Alliance. The coalition called on the UK government to demand an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. The protests have come in response to Israeli attacks in Gaza. At least 11 people were arrested during the demonstrations, including a man accused of waving a placard that could incite hatred. The incident is being investigated by the Metropolitan Police. Home Secretary Sala Braverman has condemned the protests as hate marches, while Chancellor Rishi Sunak has called for a crackdown on the demonstrations. Steve Irwin's son lavishes praise on Prince William for Earthshot Prize. Telegraph. Robert Irwin, the son of Steve Irwin, has praised Prince Charles for making climate change a mainstream issue with his Earthshot Prize. Irwin, an advocate and ambassador for the Prince's Environmental Award, is set to join the Royal in Singapore for the initiative's 3rd annual prize ceremony next week. He said the Earthshot Prize was a beacon of hope, and that he was honored to be able to carry on his father's legacy through the initiative. Sala Braverman could ban rough sleepers from using nuisance tents. Telegraph. UK Home Secretary, Sala Braverman, has proposed a crackdown on the use of tents by homeless individuals in urban areas. Braverman argued that living in a tent had become a lifestyle choice for some rough sleepers, leading to antisocial behavior. Under the proposed measures, homeless charities could face fines for providing tents that become a nuisance. The potential law would reportedly apply to tents that block shop doorways or cause other disturbances. Leading homeless charities Shelter and Crisis said they had not been consulted over the plans, but had been anticipating new measures after the decision to abolish the Vagrancy Act. Hello, I'm Dr. Six, your resident observer from the 6 Degrees world. Today, we have some interesting news from the United Kingdom to share with you. First, we have King Charles III turning 75. However, it seems like the celebration will be a low-key affair, with minimal royal events. The strained relationship between the King and his estranged son, Prince Harry, seems to be a factor in this. The king is reportedly disappointed in Harry's treatment of his stepmother, Camilla, and frustrated with his ongoing legal battles with the media. It's safe to say that the king's birthday wish would be for some peace and quiet from the Sussexes. Moving on, we have Prince William, who has been hailed as probably the biggest cheerleader for the planet. He has been actively supporting environmental initiatives, such as the Earthshot Prize, which aims to tackle environmental challenges. His involvement has been praised by those working on the ground, and it's great to see a member of the royal family championing such important causes. On a different note, we have seen pro-Palestine protesters taking to the streets in London and other UK cities. The demonstrations were organized by the Free Palestine Coalition, demanding an immediate ceasefire in Gaza. While the protests have drawn a large crowd, they have also sparked controversy. The Home Secretary has condemned them as hate marches, and there are calls for a crackdown on these demonstrations. It's a complex situation, and we'll have to see how it unfolds. In lighter news, we have Robert Irwin, the son of the late Steve Irwin, praising Prince Charles for his Earthshot Prize. Irwin, who is an advocate and ambassador for the initiative, sees it as a beacon of hope and a continuation of his father's legacy. It's wonderful to see the younger generation carrying on the work of environmental conservation. Lastly, we have the UK Home Secretary proposing a crackdown on rough sleepers using tents. Sala Braverman argues that living in a tent has become a lifestyle choice for some homeless individuals, leading to antisocial behavior. While the proposed measures may raise concerns, it's important to consider the perspectives of homeless charities and the homeless population themselves. That's all for today's news. It's always fascinating to see the dynamics within the royal family and the impact they have on various issues. As always, I encourage you to share your thoughts and questions. What are your thoughts on the strained relationship between King Charles III and Prince Harry? Do you think Prince William's involvement in environmental initiatives is making a difference? And what are your views on the proposed crackdown on homeless individuals using tents? Let's discuss. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.